They told her school was not for children without a mother, but one day a billionaire's son found her by a dustbin and everything changed. This is not just a story about poverty and pain. It's about kindness, courage, and how even a child can make a difference. Stay with me, because what happened after that day will leave you in tears. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more touching stories that inspire and teach important lessons. Ugochi was 10 years old, the only child of Chief Kelechi Okafor, a well-known Igbo businessman in Lagos. Every morning, the driver took him to school in Victoria Island. They passed busy roads, yellow buses, and people rushing to work. One Tuesday, as their car slowed near a street corner, Ugochi looked out of the window and saw a small girl by a big green dustbin. She was about 8. She wore an oversized, torn dress. She was picking leftover food from a nylon bag and eating. Ugo felt his chest grow tight. He had just finished a hot breakfast at home. The smell of his mother's fried eggs still sat in the car. He looked again at the girl and whispered, "Why is she eating from the dustbin?" "Master Ugo, we will be late," the driver said gently. "Please stop," Ugo answered. The driver stopped. Ugochi stepped out with his lunchbox. He walked to the girl slowly so she would not run away. "Hello," he said softly. "My name is Ugochi. Are you hungry?" The girl looked scared. "My name is Amarachi," she said in a small voice. "Yes, I am hungry." Ugochi opened his lunchbox and gave her the sandwiches and fruits. "Please eat this," he said. "Where are your parents?" "My father is alive," she said, "but my stepmother does not give me food. She says food is for her children. She says school is not for children without a mother." Amarachi looked down. Ugochi felt angry and sad. "I am sorry," he said. "I have to go to school now, but I will come back." He returned to the car, quiet and thoughtful. That evening, at the dining table in Ikoyi, Ugochi could not eat well. His father noticed. "Nam, what is wrong?" Chief Okafor asked. "Tell me." Ugochi told the whole story: the dustbin, the torn dress, the words about school. He said, "Daddy, can we help her, please?" Chief Okafor was a busy man, but he had a soft heart. He listened carefully. "When did you see her?" he asked. "Near the junction before my school. Her name is Amarachi." Chief Okafor nodded. "Tomorrow, we will look for her. We will not ignore this." Ugochi smiled for the first time that day. The next morning, after dropping Ugochi at school, the driver and Mr. Jude, the family's assistant, searched the area. They asked a roadside seller, a keke driver, and the gateman at a nearby compound. By noon, they found the yard where Amarachi lived, a crowded Face Me, I Face You building in Mushin. In the small corridor, a woman with sharp eyes stood with a broom in her hand. "Who are you people?" she asked. "We are looking for a child called Amarachi," Mr. Jude said politely. The woman frowned. "Why?" "We want to help," he replied. The woman hissed. "There is no problem here. Go away." But from the corner of the corridor, a thin girl peeped out. It was Amarachi. Later that day, Chief Okafor himself visited with Mr. Jude. He asked to speak with Amarachi's father. A quiet man came out, Mr. Chukudi. His shoulders were bent like someone carrying heavy load. Inside the small room, with a wooden bed and a single fan, the father spoke. "My wife Ijoma is not Amarachi's mother. Her mother died when Amarachi was 3. Since we married, things are hard. I am a spare parts apprentice in Ladipo. Money is never enough." Chief looked at Ijoma. "Why does the girl eat from the dustbin?" he asked softly. Ijoma folded her arms. "I have my own children. We manage. And school? School is not for children without mother. Let her grow and learn work," she said, her mouth tight. Amarachi sat quietly, eyes on the floor. Chief Okafor cleared his throat. "I want to help this child. I will pay for food, clothes, and school fees. She deserves to learn. Do not say school is not for children without mother. Every child deserves school. Mr. Chukwudi looked relieved, but Ijeoma's face hardened. People like you will spoil her. Tomorrow you disappear, and we suffer again. Chief did not argue. He said, let us start small. We will send food every week. We will also pay for a test at a nearby school. No trouble, no noise. Ijeoma said nothing. Mr. Chukwudi nodded quickly. Thank you, sir. For 2 weeks, the Okafor family sent bags of rice, beans, garri, bread, and fruits. They also sent clothes for Amarachi. Ugochi visited on Saturdays with his mother's driver and gave Amarachi a small storybook. He stood at the corridor and taught her how to read the first page. But trouble came. One evening, Ugochi arrived and saw Amarachi washing a pile of plates that was taller than her. She looked tired and hungry. He also learned that Ijeoma had taken the new clothes and given some to her own children, leaving Amarachi with only one dress. Ugochi went home angry. Daddy, the woman is not changing, he said. Amarachi still suffers. Chief sighed. Sometimes help needs structure, he said. We must do more and do it properly. Chief Okafor called a family lawyer and a social worker from a child welfare NGO in Lagos. They visited the compound with Mr. Chukwudi present. The social worker spoke calmly about children's rights, food, safety, education. I am not here to fight, she told Ijeoma, but the law says a child must go to school. Ijeoma looked away. Who would pay? Chief raised his hand. I will. And I will also help your family start a small business so no one goes hungry, but we need agreement. Amarachi will attend school and stay safe. The lawyer prepared a simple guardianship arrangement. On school days, Amarachi would live with the Okafors. Weekends, she could visit her father if it was safe and calm. Mr. Chukwudi signed with shaking hands. Ijeoma hesitated, then signed slowly. Amarachi came to the Okafor house with one nylon bag. The house was big, but the welcome was bigger. Ugo's mother, Auntie Ada, hugged her gently. No, our daughter, she said. Welcome. They gave Amarachi a bath, a soft bed, and warm jollof rice with chicken. A doctor checked her health. She had mild anemia from poor diet, but nothing serious. They bought her simple dresses, sandals, and a small backpack. That night, Ugochi knocked on her door. Good night, sister, he said shyly. Amarachi's eyes shone. Good night, brother, she answered. For the first time in a long time, she slept without fear. On Monday, Amarachi stood in front of a new school in Surulere. She held Ugo's hand tightly. The head teacher welcomed them. Amarachi took a placement test. She struggled with some questions, but did well in reading and answering aloud. They placed her in primary 3 with extra lessons after school. At break time, she sat with Ugochi and 2 friendly girls. She learned how to line up, how to say good morning, ma, and how to write the date in her exercise book. She also tasted her first school meat pie and laughed when the juice touched her nose. When she got home, Ugochi helped her with homework. He showed her how to add large numbers. When you don't know, ask, he said. We will learn together. Meanwhile, Chief Okafor kept his promise. He helped Ijeoma start a small market stall for provisions, sugar, soap, salt, and biscuits near the compound. He also paid school fees for her 2 children so there would be no jealousy. But he set clear rules. No insults, no blocking Amarachi's visits, no calling her names like orphan or stranger. The social worker visited twice a month to check. Slowly, the air in the compound changed. Neighbors started to greet Amarachi with smiles when she came on weekends. Even Ijeoma softened a little when she saw the stall bringing money. Mr. Chukwudi began to stand straighter. He thanked Chief Okafor many times. Sir, you have given me back my child and my dignity, he said. Ugochi and Amarachi grew close. They learned Igbo proverbs from Chief, who loved to teach culture. Onye ajuju adhi efu uzo, he would say. A person who asks questions does not miss the road. They practiced together. On Sundays, the family cooked ofe egusi and ate together. Amarachi helped Auntie Ada in the kitchen, learning to measure salt and pepper. She also learned to swim in the estate pool, to play chess slowly, and to say please and thank you without fear. Ugochi was still the only biological child, but now he introduced Amarachi as his sister. We share books and rice, he told his friends. We also share dreams. Midterm exams came. Amarachi read every evening. Ugochi quizzed her with flashcards. On the day of the English test, she felt nervous, but she remembered Ugo's words. Breathe and try. She wrote clearly and finished early. When results came out, Amarachi ranked 5th in her class. In reading, she took first. The head teacher called her to the front and gave her a small badge. Reading Star, it said. That night, the family celebrated with Puff Puff. Amarachi danced in the sitting room. She felt light as the new moon. Auntie Ada kissed her forehead. You are shining, Noam, she said. Keep shining. One Saturday, Amarachi visited her father. Ijeoma sat at the stall, quiet. After a long pause, she spoke. Amarachi, Ndo, she said. I am sorry. I was harsh. Life was hard. I did not know better. Amarachi looked at her. She was still a child, but she had learned kindness. It is okay, she said softly. I forgive you. Ijeoma nodded, eyes wet. She packed biscuits into a small bag and gave it to her. Take to your brother, she said. Tell him thank you. Over time, the weekends became peaceful. Amarachi's half-siblings began to visit the Okafor home too. They played Ludo and shared snacks. The wall between the families started to fall. By the end of the year, everything had changed. Amarachi was healthy, bold, and full of hope. Ugochi had grown too, more patient, more caring, more aware of the world. Chief Okafor created a small fund called the Ugochi and Amarachi Scholarship to help other children in Lagos who were out of school. One evening, the family sat on the balcony, watching the city lights. Cars hummed on the road like distant bees. Ugochi turned to his father. Thank you for listening to me, he said. Chief smiled. You showed me the road, he answered. You asked the right question. Amarachi leaned on the railing, her badge shining on her dress. Tomorrow will be better, she whispered. And it was. Because one boy looked out of a car window, saw a girl by a dustbin, and decided that her story would not end there. Every child deserves food, love, and school. When help is given with wisdom and structure, it lasts. Kindness grows when families and communities work together. Asking for help is not weakness, it is the first step to change. One brave child can move the heart of a powerful adult and change many lives.